What's up, guys? It's me, Pence, and today we're gonna talk about DPs in Street Fight. Fucking Vita fighters. We're talking about DPs and Vita fighters. Let me connect my controller, and this is a very whack topic because DPs are kind of ass at anti-airing in this game. We're talking about anti-airs, by the way, not for like damage or something, but yeah, I'm talking about anti-airs and what they can get from the anti-airs. And this is the tier list. So, let me zoom in here for you guys real quick. So, as you see here, Sheng Long's at the top, because of course he is. Then we have Meditate, of course, the former top of here. And then at the bottom we have Alexis, which should not be debated. It just makes sense. So yeah, this is it. Why? That's what we're gonna get into. So, let me push them. There we go. That's what we're gonna get into today. So, we're gonna talk about. First, we're gonna go from the bottom to the top, and we gotta start with Alexis, man. Alexis. So, for this video, we're gonna be testing against Legato and Kath. Why Legato and Kath? Well, Legato has the average sword. Like for me, he has the average swords jump heavy, and for Kat, she has like one of the best. She has like the average. Yeah, it's actually pretty average. That's one of the average disjointed, but not a sword jump-ins. Like she has a bit of disjoint on it, but you can still like trade with it at least. But swords will just beat you, and that's what we're gonna be testing against for today. And I have a training bot because I'm on PC, so I have training stuff. I have a training file that will make him block and then do a jump in like that. So you either do an IAD or a normal jump in. And as you see here, yeah, it's not gonna be good at answering either of them at all. So you have to be preemptive, and then you can finally react to something. But yeah, it's pretty bad. If this thing was just as fast as like Eden's, it would be way better. But yeah, you'd have to use this preemptively, and then you get some damage. Cool looking damage, I guess. But yeah, nothing really else apart from this. It has some disjoints which would make it really good if it was actually good. But that's pretty much it about the DP. You're better off just using crouching heavy, to be honest. Even though it's also slow, but at least it's not as slow, and it can beat IADs on reaction. Maybe not noble jump-ins though. If you didn't know, noble jump-ins are harder to anti-air than just IADs. IADs, they lock you into an air dash, so you can react. But yeah, I reacted so late there, I was still able to anti-air that jab. But yeah, that's why Alexis' zone is the bottom, the very bottom. Next, we have, unsurprisingly, Sean, who has everything worse than his brother Legato. Yeah, Sean's DP is trash. This thing is basically negative on it. I don't think I want to test this against a sword, to be honest. It's slow as fuck. You'd have to use this preemptively, just like Alexis' zone. Except it doesn't even have a disjoint. So if they do a light, they could just beat you. This is how preemptive you'd have to be on that and try and react. You sometimes react, sometimes trade. Most times you won't if the jump heavy is fast. Like I just jump heavy is not fast at all, by the way. So the fact that this is trading at all is pretty funny. On IADs you can try, but yeah. Just that you're seeing it trading here is not really that good when you compare it to like jump heavies that are actually fast. And there's also a bunch of other problems with it. For one, sometimes the enemy is just left under you, and the IAD, they're left under you. So not only are you punishable on hit, you also can't combo them. See that it's really hard to do this. Oops. So yeah, the enemy always just falls lower than you. So you can just be negative at hit sometimes. Especially on IADs. On IADs you're kind of just punishable. Let's see if I can actually do get an IAD here. There you go. So you can just get punished by a jab here if you're close to them, especially if you like this. So if you preemptively call an IAD like here, then you're kind of fucked. If I can actually get an IAD here. Yeah, like this. So if he quick stands there, they can jab you. If they ever, like one of the fastest jabs, but they still can pressure you. You're negative there, on hit. So that's pretty bad. And also, like I said, slow, not disjointed at all either. As you can see, Cat's on the trainer with it. So it's not beating on anything. Even though he has a bunch of fire on his foot. This does not help when it's also slow. So yeah, he also needs to dash cancel to get combo off of it in the first place. So that's why it's worse than Jehuti's. Now Jehuti's, his one is also trash, but it's a pseudo disjoint. It's not a hover bar. Sometimes it's disjoint, sometimes it's not. It's just a small disjoint, I guess, but it still beats out a bunch of stuff. Not like big swords, but I reacted really late there. I was still able to hit him because of the disjoint, which is pretty funny. Why not be in the corner? But yeah, if you do preemptively, it's okay. It's faster than Sean's at least. And you might say, you can't even get a combo off it, but like, I'm pretty sure you do actually get a combo. Remember labbing this. Let me try something else. How many hits does this have again? 1, 2, 3, okay. Yeah, if the third hits, I'm pretty sure. When you're doing the answer, maybe not dial up. Yeah, I'm pretty sure you can get a combo there. Or they changed the knockback of it. But either way, it still does more damage than Sean's. Like way more damage. Look at that. And yeah. At least if you mess up the timing, you can get launched away instead of just dying there, because Sean stays on the ground for a really long time before the hitbox comes out while Jehuti jumps. But yeah. And at least it's not negative on hit. Oof. Oof. Yeah, both are really bad at entering IADs at all. But at least I can run up here heavy and actually hit the move, unlike shot. So that's why they're at the bottom C tier. Like C tier and down, you should just not use them. Jehuti could just use 5S, and he'll always trade while being plus. And Sean is just fucked because he has to use jab for IADs, and then he doesn't have any good anti-air apart from that for normal jump-ins, so he just kind of fucked. So then we're going to talk about Shinwei. Now, why is Shinwei better than theirs? Shinwei's is a bit faster and also has a way bigger disjoint. Pseudo disjoint anyway. Well, actually, it just feels like a big disjoint to be honest. So if you go here. The problem is that this one is way slower than you think it is. I can do this, and I can still get jabbed here, like that. The fact that I'm trading with Jehuti's jab after I've pressed the move already is pretty bad. Sometimes Legato's jab would just beat me, but yeah. And the fact that as a hitbox turns out, he jumps, which means that if he trades, he's always getting launched, unlike Eden, who stays on the ground, so he's extra plus. But that's how big the disjoint is though. So that's why it's that high. So when you're preemptive with it, it can be good. It's as slow as Gym Zone. It can also just trade with swords out there like that. And you need Deep Meter to get combo off of it, but at least you're not minus on hit. You also can get bounced if you're too high in the trades. So you're basically just not plus after that. Or you're plus, but it doesn't really matter. I'm gonna get IAD here just to see if yeah, you're plus here. So yeah, that's why Shinwei Zone is better than everyone else under him. So now we're going to talk about Riki, and this is when it starts getting into unique DPs, well, as unique as they can get. And you might think, what do you mean Riki's DP is unique? Well, it's mostly because it's one of the fastest or the fastest DP in the game, while also having the unique traits of making them be able to dodge moves by moving forward like this. So first I can show you here. Whoops. Like that basically. Whoops. Seeing this. Okay, never mind. I'm not supposed to be in the corner. Whoops, I didn't present. I think I can just test like this, to be honest. Like that. The move will come out and you will just dodge it completely. And still hit them sometimes if you space it right. And since you're a zoner, you're actually going to be spacing it right, so you get way more opportunity to do it. So if it completely misses, I'm sure you can get dashed up and punished, but people might not be able to react to that in time. So you don't need to be preemptive to anti-air both normal jump-ins and for IADs, so it automatically makes it better than all the other ones. If you're slow though, you're kind of fucked. But yeah. You still have crouching heavy though, which is like one of the best crouching heavies that enter in the game. Like, you can see this, something like this. I reacted solely there. And I'm pretty sure you can trade with that, like that. So, yeah, it's pretty good. Sometimes you can just beat it, because it's just built different. But yeah, his DP, really good. If you're playing zoning, Ikimaru, it's very good. If you're not playing zoning and you're doing your double overhead shit, then it's okay at, it's really good at, you can hit confirm with it really well, but this show is not about hit confirms in the first place. But yeah, I'm not saying, just talking to talk at this point. So yeah, that's why Riki's is better than those below him. And now we have Anderson. Anderson's is disappointing, especially since it's supposed to be copying off of top tier DP Mega Kids. It's basically Mega Kids, but it was with his legs, and It gives infinite bounces like Mega Kid. That's about it. He also doesn't dash cancel, which, not gonna lie, doesn't make it worse to me. Like in the aspect of bounce versus dashes, bounce is always better. So it doesn't matter that they took away the fact that you can IAD. I mean that you can dash cancel, because I don't know who the fuck is dash canceling with Mega Kid on his DP, because they bounce regardless. So what was I talking about? Yeah. This is way worse than you might think, because you have to be preemptive with it, even though it's decently fast. That was no reaction. On IADs, you can get just fucked. On this, you can reach up enough to trade, but most of the time that's gonna happen. It's not as fast as you think it is, but when you do hit it, sometimes it just fucks up itself. But other times, you get a full combo. And corner carry. But yeah, when it does anti-air, it's great, but when it doesn't, it's just kinda ass. Crouching heavy is also there for his anti-air. Doesn't really do good against swords, but I guess it's something against IADs. But yeah, his is not just his anti-air is just not that good. Oh fuck, I think the shit was covering it again. Okay, let's choose. So for Anderson, his DP is not as good as you might think, mostly because it's not as fast as you think. So it will not get hit by the jab, it will not be trading at least, but it's still not fast at all. And that really hurts when trying to anti-air swords and stuff. Especially when you're doing normal jumping like that. Sometimes it'll trade, most times you get hit like that. So, but when it hits, you can get full combo. You can get an extra combo off of that, which is pretty funny. But some of the time, it will just not. The second hit will just not work like that because of the disjoint. So you'd have to delay it, which is really dangerous because you can just get countered. That's what trying to delay it. But when it finally works, it's Gucci, man. Especially in the corner, but it works anywhere. As you can see here, I just came out of the corner. That's if the second hand hits, of course. Oops. There we go. That's basically it. Max you can do with screen, to be honest. But yeah, it's still pretty good for that. Was a lot meter. You can set up your dog Oki or whatever. But yeah, that's it for that DP. His other anti-air options don't compare, so you'll be using that one most of the time. This question heavy is only really good against non-swords and IADs. So yeah. Okay. That's why it's better than Wiki's, at least, even though Wiki's is only the fastest. And now we have Kath. Kath's DP is not special at all. It has nothing special about it. It's just a decent DP, and that's why it's here. It has not really any downsides. You might think that Wiki's zone would be better, but hers is just this is great actually, because you'll get answered with this way more than any other DP, like a Wiki's zone. Especially since, for some reason, some part of it is disjointed. Like that. You gotta even reach him. But yeah, it's just a decent DP. And it will catch a lot of things. Especially since she goes low a bit. So she gives herself... Actually, nah, she doesn't go low in this at all. But yeah, it has a pseudo disjoint, better than Riki's, I guess. And does it give her a combo if you? Nah, she's just extra plus. Nah. Anyway, yeah. At least she's not minus after doing it. Well, maybe she is, but at least she never launches someone right next to her. So that's pretty good. She also gets a dash counter combo for this, unlike Viki. Viki would need to anti-air someone while he's still on the ground for that. So yeah, this is a decent DP. So, and he's also given this DP to the character that has this. So that's pretty funny because this is a probably way better DP. I mean, anti-air in the first place. You can rip this and still basically block. That in reach. Okay, I'm not sure now how good this is at all. Yeah. Can you do a normal jumping? Like an anti-air, please? Wait, like that. Okay, maybe it's not that good. I thought it was as good as Summer Zone. But it's whatever. Both are really good anti-airs. And now we're gonna move to the A tier, which is Eris's Flash Kick then. Eris's Flash Kick, it's okay. It has a big disjoint. It's slow though. And it does give a combo in the corner. And that's about it. But it's meterless at least. So yeah. It's pretty decent. It always reacts to IADs. You always plus. So even when you don't land the last hit. Just don't do the extender here while riffing because you're minus. And you have full screen, so even if you were in minus, it doesn't matter. And if you're in the corner, free combo. So yeah, pretty decent DP. I wonder if I can actually combo, because I'm pretty ass at the game. Come on. But I'm bad at comboing. That's the first time it's beaten my 10 today. But there we go. Yeah, I still messed it up, whatever. But yeah, it's a decent DP. It's not that fast, but it works. Can really easily react to IADs with it. And yeah, it's also like just solos any non-destructive shit really late. So yeah, it's pretty good. Hitbox comes out before you leave the ground. So if you trade, you're mostly plus. So yeah. And extended hits gives you combos in the corner. I don't think I need to say more. It's a really decent DP. Better than the other ones because of the meterless properties. And yeah. So next, Kenjiro. Now you might be thinking, Kenjiro is here because you like Kenjiro. Now that may be true. But Kenjiro's DP, kind of baller, I'm not gonna lie. The fact that it's like beating swords, because it is a sword, is a very big plus in my book. But since most of your anti-airs are gonna be preemptive in the first place. But yeah, you can react to IADs on normal jump-ins if you react. Sometimes you get them, sometimes you don't. Most of the time you're going to be preemptively doing this, and it's really good when you do that. But yeah, it's really good when you're being preemptive, especially in the corner, because this happens. Whether they IAD or not, you can always get a combo here. And if you want to see a combo IAD, I shall not show it here because I'm bad at the game. I shall show it over here. And look at it, ladies and gentlemen, right here. Boom. Boom. From a simple IAD. In fact, I might able to do it in real time, but it's pretty freaking hard because sometimes I can just fuck up. Ouch. But yeah, especially since most of your pressure is broken in the corner, you might want to preemptively do this because they might want to jump out. Especially if you're not like on them like this. You can just be like right here. And then you set up your mix-up. So for this being meterless, and I can just do it from here basically. And look at how far I'm standing. This is like footsie's range. You can get heavy from here. So that's very good. Can I get do an ID please? ID. Please don't IAD. This is why it's hard to get, not because of like being mechanics, like my mechanical skill. Mostly because he will never do what I want. Please IAD. Okay, whatever, fuck it. But yeah, I'll just show you again, just so you make sure this is Cat's fastest IAD out of the corner, and I'm standing at this range, and I still able to get a combo here. So that's pretty good. Anyway, that is why, those are the reasons why her DP is better than the rest under her anyway. It might be slow, but it's good for preemptive setups, and you always plus, and it does good damage. Oh yeah, I forgot. She has one more DP. Forgot this character has multiple DPs. So this character obviously loves DPs. So how good is the second one? When her first one is basically like A tier. Second DP is not that good at all. Actually, it's kind of ass actually, but I guess it is okay damage. Noble DP is already good damage, but like, say this is basically a mix-up, right? It mix like let's get to the other corner real quick. Anyway, let's say we're at the other corner, right? And you've been doing this to them. Damn, I missed the link somehow. But yeah, you've been doing that to them, right? So they know you're gonna try and react to the jump, right? So instead, they do a normal jump, and that's when you'd use this. And you can't combo after this at all. I don't think so. I've not tested it that much from a jumping, from catching a jump. But yeah, that's the only reason you do this move, or if you just know they're gonna neutral jump, because this thing is not catching normal jumps, like normal jump forwards. Well, actually it is, never mind. But you'd have to be full screen for that. So if you're, what do we know? What? Okay. If you're like right here, it's not catching. You're just gonna die. So maybe from here. I mean, you can't hit them with this from here, so maybe. You know you're gonna go for that, so you do this, and then you just catches them. Okay, that could be decent, but it's not good. This would be like, since that's just like after. If her normal DP is A tier, then her EX DP is like B tier in comparison, because at least it does more damage than those other ones. But you have to be very preemptive. It'd probably be top of Caesar to be honest. But yeah, that's for Kenjiro. Buff the DP, make it invincible on startup, please, and also make it like shorten the range, shorten the run up that she does. That'd be pretty fun. Now we have Jin's. Jin's own. Jin's is faster than Kenjiro's, but it's still pretty slow. But also, it's one of the biggest sword DPs in the game, and is meant for iterating completely because hitbox on this move, OD.
Round 1. Fight.
So, it's how it is. That thing is so big. I don't think it beats Legato's sword, and it's really hard to test. But it's so big, and his whole head, his whole body is protected. So nothing that's not distorted is getting through it. It's really pretty good at catching IADs, but it's still slow. If you do trade though, I'm pretty sure you can get an EX. So let me try that. Oops. Okay. So it'll be like, okay. And you can get a combo from here, I think. But yeah, you can just get a combo from it from trading with it. It's pretty tight. You could probably get the combo from like right here though, so that's pretty good. Yeah, that's really it for the DP. It's just really big. You can combo from it, even if it doesn't. If it just catches them in the air, as if I'm actually good at comboing, like that. You can get full half their health. I just didn't do it, but yeah, that's a Thunder Dipper, and you're lucky if you get it because the notchback of this shit is so big now. So you have to get the tip of the second hit, but in the corner. It sounds plausible. Yeah, that's basically it for the DP though. It's always plus, as of course, especially against IADs because of the second hit. It has a suck in knockback on the first hit for some reason, so it basically always combos. So, like if you're catching an IAD, the IADs. Whoops. So if they are anywhere outside from like the arc that it sends in, it will just pull them in to get hit by the second hit. Can I do this, please? Okay, I have to be closer. Whoops. Also, because it lasts longer, it can catch people's jumps like if you miss the DP read, you can still hit them because sometimes they'll just jump late and they'll get hit. So yeah, so all those things add up to it being the top of A tier. It's one of the best DPs that actually just anti-aim straight up because of the sword. But in terms of it being slow and stuff, it kind of brings it down a bit. So yeah, solid top of A tier. Now, Eden must just be a god amongst men, or a man amongst the gods, because his DP is not disjointed at all. In fact, he has it might just have no. How do you say this? It might be an inverse hitbox. That's how dumb it is in terms of hitbox. It's really not disjointed at all. The reason it's good, because not only is it 2 frames slower than Viki's, which is like the fastest DP in the game, it also gives him a low profile for the first 5 frames. Now, you know there's barely any invincibility in this game, so like being able to dodge attacks is basically the invul in this game in the first place. So this thing is not going to interact with swords in any way. You're not going to see this. You're not going to see this training at all. But it's really good against IADs. If you're under them, you can trade. But most of the time, you aren't trading it. That's why you're going to be able to just react to the jump. You don't react to them already at the arc. You just react to the jump straight up like that. Like that. That's a pretty good reaction. And then on IADs, it's just really good. But if you react late, you kind of get fucked. And you get a combo from it. Doesn't do much damage, but you're a zoner. So in the context of a zoner, this ETP is like broken. Not gonna lie. Especially since sometimes you just get knocked back, which is pretty good for you against swords. But the best thing about it, like I said, is the low profile, and if you want to see it, I have to go back in my gameplay and show you guys. So I'm gonna get it right here for you guys. Spotting my fifth line here. Let's check. Should be around here. There we go. So now I'll be able to show you why this DP is kind of godlike. Let's get the window here I'm looking for. Here we go. So you're gonna see here me doing the setup, right? And it's gonna be, let's stretch this out for you guys so you can see clearly. It's gonna be, so at this range here, which is like mid-range, cath heavy with body here. If you block a projectile, I can whiff 2 lights, still anti-air here. And his lights is slow. His lights are frame 9 and have a bunch of recovery. So you want to see why? Well, it's because there's a technique that you can do in the game that you can DP while crouching with like every character that has a DP, or any character that has like with any 6S, you can do it while crouching. Because yeah, you can DP while crouching, which means that he enters his low profile as fast as possible. Normally you would stand up and then do this, right? But you can press forward. If I get an onboard real quick, let's get here. And you can read my inputs. And my inputs at the top right there, right? I think it is. Yeah, it's there. So you can crouch, press forward, and at the same time press your special while letting go of down. So like that. I'm not sure if I got it right that time. It's really hard to see because normally only one frame of the jump is going to be of the what's it called, of the standing. Like if you're doing it wrong, you're basically going to get like one frame of the standing animation, and then you lose success, or 2 frames. I don't know, but you can really easily tell by comparing it to like doing this from a button. So you'd have to do like maybe crouching heavy, and then you get the time in there like that. But from just crouching, you have to do the forward, do the special, and let go before you do let go of down before you press the special, like that. That was perfect. Now to see it how it looks in frame by frame, just for you to know what it is. So I crouch, I whip those dice, right? I'm going frame by frame here. So even here, I have not gone into my idle animation yet, which means I go into, I start doing my first 5 frames of going to the low profile and going low, 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 and the hitbox doesn't come out until the low profile is almost over, like right here. I think it even stays low profile for a while even after the hitbox is out. So it's really good at dodging attacks. Normally stuff like Vika's DP can't anti-air this low into it. Like, he's basically over me by the time this DP comes out, and I'm still able to anti-air. This is the closest you're gonna get to like a Street Fighter DP, and the fact that it's trading is kind of just Street Fighter for you. Kusagama, right? So yeah, and he's plus here, so amazing for his owner. So yeah, that's very good. This would also be good on people like Alexis, but Alexis DP is just trash because of how slow it is. So like buff Alexis DP, please. Anyway, that's why he's a god amongst men. His DP kind of just beats a lot of characters before the jump heavies can even come out. So yeah, that's pretty much it for him, because the DP is so fast, it travels distance really good, has not that much not that much recovery when he lands. Yeah, the DP is just really good. Doesn't combo meterless. You can get combo from it when you have meter. Yeah, there's literally nothing wrong with his DP. His DP is just perfect. His DP is Riki's DP, but acts like as if Riki's DP could dodge attacks more often. And then we have Legato. Legato is just blessed. Legato is, if Eden's DP was like the Street Fighter DP of Vita fighters, then Legato's DP is just the DP of Vita fighters. Straight up. So we've got Legato here that has the better DP than his brother, because of course he does. Like almost everything in the kit. I reacted to that so late, and I was still able to there. It's trading with his own sword, so that's why that's one of the reasons it's already good. And it's so fast that you could just do the Eden shit and anti-air him before the jump heavy even fucking comes out. And if you anti-air someone, that's not anti-air, buddy. If you anti-air someone, you always get a combo into crouching light. So, I'm bad at linking, Jesus Christ. I forgot the timing I got this, but yeah, even on a single hit, even if he only hits one hit, you get crouching light here into full combo. And by full combo, I mean 2 of these. Touch of death. But man, and even on trade, you get a combo. Okay, I need to do you into crouching heavy. That's very late. Plus on trade, even if you get launched, you get to dash up here. You can just IAD here. That's really funny. And you just get 2D here. This loop just goes onto the die. This is meterless too. When you can start just to combo meterless, and you still kill them. So that's really funny. It also has a trade combo here, so let me try and do it. Forgot it's so fast. I have to do that before DP comes out. Whoops. Whoops. Right. Right. That's one thing. Man. Okay, you know what? I'm just gonna get this on Discord for you. Okay, I couldn't find the clip at all, so we're gonna continue trying this. I should space myself out. So close thing. Actually, I think I should try it with like Kath. Maybe faster DP can help. Well, yeah, trust me, Legato's DP trade on trade even gets in a combo in the corner. So his DP is just blessed. Nate. Come on. Okay, have to beat it up. Come on. Yeah, that combos. If I'm not bad at the game. Yeah. The fact that this combos means he can already get a touch of death here, so that's pretty okay. Sure. And he gets this combo from like the funny thing is that he gets this combo from like here. Okay. It could have comboed there if I walked forward, but still, that's pretty funny. So yeah, his DP is just kind of better than everyone else's under him. Because like his DP would be top, but then we have Mega Kid. And Mega Kid's DP is just his on steroids, to be honest. His DP is just busted. His DP is so dumb. The only thing that you could say makes it worse, or like Legato's is competing, is that he doesn't cover exactly over his head, but neither does Legato's, so don't know what kind of argument that is. So pretty fast. You might think, nothing of it. If you're slow, you get beaten out. Oh yeah, that's an anti-air, by the way. Don't ask me. Anyway. Until you remember that this thing gives infinite bounces. So you just get combos for days, mid-screen. And the combo opportunity is really good. Because he's just standing right next to you. I mean, they're just bouncing right next to you. That's so funny. So yeah, you just get a free combo from there, and it's basically the same hitbox as Legato's, so like, it's really good. I don't think I need to say too much about it. The fact that he has that and also has like this is pretty funny when this is a sword. This could anti-air that. Look at that. Yeah, if you space yourself out, I think you just dodge Legato's jump heavy in the first place. But yeah, this move is pretty good. On top of that, he also has this, which if it starts up, you kind of just, okay, maybe swords just go past it, but still, it's pretty dumb. Yeah, the fact that he has this, I mean, the fact that his jump in is like impossible to anti-air. You cannot anti-air this with any move in the game, apart from like maybe Ben's 6S, but apart from that, you cannot anti-air this move at all. Actually, I don't think Ben's 6S will anti-air this, to be honest. But yeah, the fact that he has this move should be nerfed to the ground. Nerfed. Actually, every jump heavy, even Kenjiro, should be nerfed, because unless they make it like super slow, because this should not be even, you should not be able to do this from an IAD at all. This is dumb. Because if you have full screen, you cannot anti-air this with any DP or any move at all. You cannot jab this out. If you're like right here, you're just dead. So you just gonna have to hold it from full screen against it, and they're rushed down. But yeah, that's what makes it a top tier move. Like I say, what could get better than that? Well, ladies and gentlemen, with Shenglong here, of course, having the best of every move in the game, apart from like jump heavy. Riki's jump heavy is better than his. That's crazy. But yeah, he also has the best DP. And why does he have the best DP? The fact that it's so disjointed somehow that it trades with swords. Somehow, this move is trading with swords. I cannot find the hitbox on this one. I don't know how this. I don't know why it's somehow disjointed. Somehow disjointed, because. And then you get this on anti-air. You get this whether you anti-air or not. If you do this, it's a pretty hard dash link, but it's still a link, and I can get it pretty consistently. I'm not practicing in a while though. Should not be doing near the corner. to people on the inside complaining. Yeah, and then you can get a full combo from that. But on Anti-Air, it's just dumb how easy this is. And then you TODs over here, of course. But yeah, and the fact that it's also invincible on startup. So if you want to see it right here, like that, and then he just get a free combo off of it. Yeah, it's invincible on startup. You can't save jump it probably, but it's still invincible. And I wonder if I can test this. Yeah, you can test it like that, but jump heavies most likely last longer than that. But for non-disjointed ones, you can just go right through it and be fine. So, and the fact that you get so much combo game off of it is pretty dumb. Like what I want is that you can only combo off of it if you anti-air, but you should not be able to just point blank do this at all, and it's not even that hard. Yeah, so that's just what I want. And you should also, this should also not be a thing. Those fireballs should not be a thing unless you hit someone, right? Because I don't want to be blocking. Whoops, I don't want to be blocking. And then, like from full screen, I don't want to be blocking, and then he just jumps into the air and puts this plus unlock as fuck fireballs on me, and I can't do anything about it. So this should not be a thing at all, because he can also do this and then do this, and like why can you do that? He can also do this if I jump after him, and like why? And then he can have this pull up mix. Yeah, so remove that please. Anyway, that's why it stops here. That's why it's with broken DP in the entire game. Yeah, it's just really dumb. It's also like not that slow either. Like look at that. The invincibility helped me there. But yeah, thanks for watching the video. I hope you liked it. Thanks to all your friends, Vita fighters. It's on the come up. You know the Steam version is coming out soon. So make sure to let all your friends know that you should go and wish list Vita fighters on Steam. And I'll see you guys later. Peace.